Hello, and thank you for joining Paper Crafting with Tracy. Today I'm going to show you how to make this kind of a flip corner fold there using the Latte Love Suite. So when you open it up, I've just got hello there, let's catch up. And this is all available as online exclusives. So you can get the Latte Love stamp set, the coordinating dies, which have got like a coffee press and coffee pot, all kinds of stuff in there, and there's some pretty neat designs that I've seen online. And then there's also the coordinating paper, which I've used in this. So this is one that we will use, and then but you can see some of these other designs in the set. And there's a few more in there. Okay, and the nice thing with this set, as you will see, because we've used it, is there is a die, this one right here, that cuts out those rings right out of the designer series paper. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to start with our card base, which I've just used Early Espresso. Oops, hang on, I just dropped a piece. And it's our typical 5.5 by 5.5 by 8.5. And you're going to score it at the 4.25 mark. And then we're going to just get our cutter out here. Now if I can pick up this piece of paper. And you're going to take a pencil or a pen. I'll just grab something here. I'll make it so that you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, I'll just use a pen here. And you're going to line up the top edge of the card at the 2-inch mark. Like so. And then I'm just going to put a little mark right in the score line there. Just enough that I can see it. And because this is dark, that's okay. So you might not be able to see it on there. I don't know if you can in the paper. And then you're going to line that mark up and the center fold in your score line track there, like so. Make sure you get your blade out of the way. And we're just going to score along that line. Okay. Now, sorry, I've got some previous paper stuck in my score line here, but that's okay. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take your matting. This is my matting. I'm using Lemon Lolly. And I'm going to place that on the front of the card before I bend it back. And I'm just going to mark just down from that score line. Because of course we want a tiny bit there. Down. And then line those up in your track here. And this time we're going to cut it. So when you've got a point here, when it's just a corner like that, it's easier if you start from the other end. Just like so. And keep that corner piece because you're going to need it. And then you can just double check that, yeah, that worked. Okay, and now I'm going to do a similar thing with our piece of designer series paper. Just like so. And again, now you can do this a couple different ways. I know some people have marked the edge of where the designer series paper is, meets the cardstock, and then put that in, or you can mark just below. So I've put it right on, and so I will get those in the track and then just move it over a little bit. Like so. Okay, and you don't have to keep that top triangle, so that when I put it in place, you can see it's all matted nicely. Okay, now before I finish with this, when we fold this back, this triangle will go in here. And you can see that it's a little bit large with the fold. So I'm just going to put this in where the track is and then move it over ever so slightly and just trim that long edge off. my finger out of the way first. Reline it up. And we just trimmed a little bit. Oops, it moved on me, so I will just get, if I can pick it up, let's get this out of the way. Get some scissors, if I've got it, there they are. Because you can see where, if I lay it down there, just the end there, the very tip of it slid on me, so I will just trim that off. Just a quick little, there we go. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to mat these together and then place that on the card, because as you can see, this will fit right there too with this on top. Okay, so we'll get our tape. Mat this on here. So, and then again, mat this onto our card base. And I will put all the measurements for this again in the blog that's listed down in the bottom left corner of your screen. There we go. So then the other thing you can do now is just put a little bit of tape on that flap and fold it down so that it stays down. There we go. That's the front, except now I need to put this piece in. And you can see now that I've trimmed it, how it fits right there. So we'll just put some tape on there. Okay, now of course this end doesn't tape very well. So normally I would use some glue, but I just don't have any quite within my reach at the moment. So we'll stick that on there. There we go. Now we'll do the inside. So I'm going to start with a piece of basic white cardstock. And I'm using the Hello There, Let's Catch Up. And I'll just use my Early Espresso ink. And make sure you come down more in the center, because this is going to be showing on the front of the card. Okay, so we'll mat this. Once you get the cutting done, the rest of it actually goes together pretty easy. And we'll mat this on the card. So I do encourage you to subscribe to the channel so that you can stay up to date on the weekly videos. Sometimes I throw in an extra one. There we go. So that's the inside. We'll fold that over. And now I've already die cut one of those coffee tops. And I've also die cut a couple coffee cups. And I'm going to place those up here. Okay, so I'm just going to put some dimensionals on this coffee cup. Okay, we'll stick that on there. And now I will get some glue to glue these on. And again, you don't want to use too much. And be very mindful when you're gluing this that there is, if you can see that, there is a slit in it. So you just don't want the glue too close to that. So just putting a tiny bit of glue goes a long way. And we'll stick one of those up there. Okay, so just put a little bit of glue on there. And we'll stick the other mug down here. And now we'll just add some embellishments. So with this suite comes these swirly dot embellishments. Yeah, adhesive swirly dots. So we will put a couple of those on. Oops. The sticky part of the wrapper got caught on it. So we'll just put a couple of those on. Like so. And that's the end of our card. So a quick card that can be used for a variety of occasions using the Latte Love stamp set and bundle. I hope you've enjoyed this edition of Paper Crafting with Tracey. Please subscribe to the channel and happy stamping.